Hello everyone, and I am swooping in to give you my final thoughts and just a little bit more information on both products, and then I'm going to swoop on out. So first I want to start with the Master Bronzer Palette. Now this is labeled as a bronze and highlight kit. Real quick with the formula, the powders are smooth, they're not chalky, they're easy to blend. It has that special gel-based type formula infused, so it's made to kind of help it make it very easy, like silky, for you to apply it on your skin and blend it out. The first pan is a highlighter, and I would say that is definitely a true highlighter. I would consider the color to be like a pale gold, a light shade of gold. On my skin in the beginning of the swatch, it started to lean more towards almost like a white shade on me, but I could still see light gold. So it's something that you are going to need to try in person depending on your skin tone to kind of see, how it's going to look on you. Also, the finish for the highlighter runs more towards that pearlized finish. It's not a satin where you have a matte type of appearance. You do have more reflection, but it's not glittery. It's not chunky. So I would classify it more on the pearl side of as far as a finish powder. Now the second pan is in question. It's labeled as a bronzer, but I personally feel that it runs more towards on the highlighter side, or you can use it both ways. It does have a satin finish, so if you like a highlighter that is not, bam, in your face, you don't want one that's really subtle either. This kind of borderlines in the middle. So you're going to see it on your cheekbones. It's going to give you some glow, but it's going to be, what's the word? It's not going to be loud. So if you have my skin tone or deeper, I suggest using the second pan as a highlighter. It has more of like a pinker base to it, so you can use it as a highlighter. I want to talk about the color of the second pan because that's the color that's throwing me off as far if you want to use it as a bronzer. I don't feel that the shade is going to give you enough depth if you are very pale, if you are very fair skin. It has a lot of pink in it, and you don't get that natural sun-kissed glow appearance looking with like pink streaks and so forth on your face. Now the third pan is also a bronzer. Now on me, it looks like more of, if it didn't have sparkle in it, I would consider it more of like a face powder because it just blends right into my skin tone. However, it does have that sparkle to it. Now it's not sparkle as far as glittery and overly sparkly on the cheeks. If anything, it looks like how you would put on your blush and then just kind of put it maybe on the apples of your cheek to kind of help transform your blush, like a blush topper. That's what it looks like on my skin tone, or if you're darker. Actually, if you are darker, much darker in skin tone, I wouldn't even recommend it. The sparkles, they're not so apparent in this powder if you're much deeper than me to warrant using that shade. Now, if you are fair, you're pale, you're medium skin, that shade will give you a little bit of that subtle glow because again, it has those sparkles in it, but the sparkles are so dispersed where it's not going to look so like a disco ball on your face. And then the fourth pan is what I would consider that bronzer shade. So you got to go all the way to the end of the kit to get that bronzer shade. It is not a matte finish. It is more, again, a satin finish, just like the third pan. So it has more of that satin appearance on the skin. You're going to still get that glow, but it's not glittery, it's not sparkly. It's just going to be a nice contrast on the skin as you're blended into your cheekbones and so forth. Last pan is also going to be a shade that will work for the fairer skin tones. Overall, I feel the Master Bronze kit is best suited for skin tones that is light skin tone, light medium. I think you'll be able to get a lot of use out of this palette. Now moving on to the Master Chrome highlighter. So on the front it says metallic highlighter and the shade name is on the back, Molten Gold. I'm looking at the entire summer 2017 collection, of course. The highlighter was the product I was most excited about because I have, just like a lot of us, I just have that it's out of control. The highlighter obsession is out of control, but I have no plans for rehab. I have no idea if this is going to be limited edition When this starts to trickle into the drugstores, I'm going to pretend that it is limited edition and buy a couple of these because I need a backup. And the backup needs a backup, and the backup needs a backup. The texture of this powder. Here's another one that's soft. This is a texture that when you touch it, you can tell that it's soft, okay? It's not chalky. It's not flaky. It's a nice, smooth texture. It's smooth, and then you can blend it out. To be honest, if you wanted to use this, blend it out with your fingers. I could see, you doing that. Hearing the word metallic, it's like, oh gosh, it's going to be chunky. Oh, it's going to be just all over the place and falling all over my face. That is not what I experienced with this highlighter. However, I also need to stress this, and this is going to be something that is going to depend on each individual person who picks this up. The majority of highlighters, whether they are very sparkly, glittery, metallic, they lay flat on my skin. My skin's texture is already smooth. I don't have, if any on my cheekbones, I don't have texture. So I don't have where the highlighter itself can really emphasize anything, can really start to lift and pull and move about. Based on the fact that this highlighter is intense, is up there and shine, and I mean, it's not playing. One application, it is not playing. It's ready to rock and roll. It won't blend it out, but I mean, it's ready. You can build it up, but when you build it up, realize it's shining, okay? It knows it is there. So that's why I wanted to just stress that. If you have a different skin texture than I do, this might appear, to emphasize that on your skin. But, unfortunately, a lot of highlighters will do that with skin that has texture on it. So I just wanted to point that out. And I think that people don't really think about that when they're watching highlighter reviews. I want to make sure that I let you know I have smooth skin, okay? So highlighter always naturally lays flat on me. Now in the demonstration, I did remove it, and I put some powder on there to just make sure I didn't have any other leftover residue. And then I sprayed the brush, because sometimes I like to intensify it even more, but I also know a lot of other people like to wet their brush and put on their highlighter that way. Now, in my case, by doing the wet method, it didn't appear any more intense on my skin than using a dry brush. So if you get this highlighter, you're welcome to go ahead and try that, but I didn't notice any type of extra intensity. It just looked the same, but I wanted to insert that for you. I have the swatches of it in natural light, and then I need to see what my cheeks, what it's going to look like at night, low light, and all that. So I want to make sure I did it in flash so you can see what it looks like on my skin tone. And then again, there's going to be more reviews, various skin tones, but on my palm, at least I can show you what it looks like on light medium skin. It is beautiful. Color-wise, I feel in the pan itself, it looks very gold. Okay, on the skin with the swatches, it has definitely more of a peach undertone to it as well. There is peach in this highlighter. Remember also with highlighters, you can use them multiple ways. You can use them on your cheekbones, but you can also use them as eyeshadow. You can use it as your inner eye tear duct. You can use it on your brow bone. Use it on your body. Multiple ways to use it, especially with this one that's going to give an intense shine right off the bat. Overall, for the Master Chrome, the shade, the shine, the intensity, the price, the smoothness, easy to blend, you can build it up. Such a good price. Such a good price for a great product. The Master Chrome, Master Bronzer. What are you the most interested in trying out right now? Leave me some comments. Let me know your thoughts down in the info box. I love engaging with you guys. Thank you very much for stopping by and watching. I appreciate you taking time out of your day or your evening to come over and watch me. I hope you all have a wonderful day or evening again. And as always, I'm going to see you in the next video. Goodbye, everyone.